This is how most of my mornings start right here. Get up. I usually leave my house somewhere between 5 and 5:30 is what time I usually leave my house. I get up and I go into town. I meet Dad for coffee. We'll have coffee, then we'll head out to the job site, wherever that is. We may be working. Some days it's a short drive, some days it's a long drive, so some days we leave coffee earlier than others. We're working in Fairgrove, Missouri this week, or just outside of Fairgrove. So the drive's really not too bad this week. This week. It's still early, bear with me. So we've got about maybe a 40-minute drive commute time one way, which anymore, that isn't too bad for us. That's pretty short. A week or so ago when we were working up north in Lexington and Holden, at Lexington we were right at 2 hours one way to work. So like I said, some days are longer than others. It just depends on the day. So let's go knock some trees down. Okay, we're up here on a job site. I've got the skidder running, letting it warm up. Dad took my truck on around. He's gonna go over here on the other side of the draw and start cutting. And I'm gonna go down here on the lower end and cut and work my way back up. We're both gonna cut for a while so we can try to get several of them on the ground, because they roll out pretty quick with the grapple skidder. It's I think it's 16 degrees here this morning, so it's pretty cool. Pretty good frost on the ground. Skidder actually started up pretty easy. We didn't have to use any ether, didn't have to hook the jumper cables to it. It really just fired right up, which is kind of surprising. And I mean, it's a good sign. That's the first time I've ever really started that skidder in cold weather like this, so it's good to know it starts up. So let's go down here and I guess let's start cutting, see if we can get some on the ground and try to work on getting this job wrapped up. People often ask us about how we cut our walnut, in which the guys that cut a lot of walnut that watch our channel, it ain't no big deal, but I guess that some people don't have near the walnut what we do here, what we cut. So what we do is we bore this out. Now I'll show you where I started on this tree. The tree leaned, of course, the direction it fell, so this one wasn't no big deal, but we don't use a notch or a hinge or anything on this walnut. What I did is I come in here with my saw. I come in on this side right here and I stuck it straight in to bore it. I come in and bored all the inside out. We come out over here at the bar. Well, then I come over here at the bar, bored the rest of this out, and what holds the tree are your ears, what we call them ears. Well, that's kind of how you control the fall. Well, seeing how the tree was already leaning this direction over here, this was the first ear I clipped right here. I just come straight down with my saw and cut into where I'd bored. Well, then I come back with this one over here, cut down on this ear, and this ear right here, when I made this cut, this released the tree. That's, like I said, that's the only way we cut walnut. We don't ever notch or hinge it. We just don't do it. If we ever notch a walnut tree, it's because we're pulling it and it's a slight notch. We don't waste any of that wood, but as you can see, this one here, it cut a little bad. And it's hard to tell. Some of these trees you never know till you get them on the ground what they're going to look like, and that's hard to. But it is hard to explain. It's the tree looked really good standing, which that's not a big deal. That probably don't even go very far. So it's not like it's a deal breaker. We all lost money on it. Well, it might go further than you think. There we go. Yeah, it probably goes up there about 18 inches or so. But it's still a good lumber log. That's all it is. And what I'll do now is I'll trim these off. I'll round this log up, make it look a little better when we get it out on the deck. But that's just a little bit about how we cut our walnut. I know a lot of people ask, and I just about turned the camera on as I was cutting it, but I didn't know how good you'd be able to see anything with my hard hat above me, so let's get back to it. All right, we got a tree I cut into, and it's pretty much just sitting here. There isn't a whole lot holding it. So we're going to try to bring it down with a wedge, hammer and wedge. If I can kind of get an idea where I want to go with it. I think right here. We'll see if this works. Bear with me. There she goes. I knew that thing was just sitting there. There wasn't a whole lot holding it. And rather than me be an idiot and get my saw hung up or pinched or destroyed, we'll just cheat and use a wedge. Like I said, I took a notch out of it, and some of these trees, I mean, they got these big bushy tops. They just don't want to come down too easy. So there's nothing wrong with using the old wedge. We still use steel wedges. Steel wedge, about an 8-pound hammer. Having some skidder issues. The control for the blade, it's froze up. This has been one of the ongoing issues we've had with 540Bs. The blade control cable gets some water in it, and these real cold mornings it'll freeze up. The skidder's been running probably hour and a half, and it's still just froze solid. So rather than fight it and worry about tearing something up on that cable, because those cables aren't cheap to fix. I think that cable's like $450 through Deere. We'll let the sun come out. It's starting to come out now. We'll let the sun come out, and then we'll fire it back up and try to drag some. If not, we'll just wait till tomorrow, because I know Dad's got to leave early today. So we might just get the rest of them cut today and worry about dragging them tomorrow. Probably the best thing to do. It's supposed to be warmer the next couple days, back in the 70s. You can believe that. 16 degrees this morning, then tomorrow and Saturday back in the mid-70s. Only in Missouri. Only in Missouri. Dad's up there right now. He's getting ready to whittle another one down. I'm gonna go up here and sharpen up my 88 real quick and get it ready to go back down this, down the rest of the way down this little draw here. I kind of come, you can see there's a couple I got cut right here. You can see I kind of come up the ditch, across the ditch over here. So I kind of cheated. I crossed, and I was gonna work my way back up to him, but a lot of those trees are covered in rose bushes, and the guy got ate alive trying to get in there to cut them. So we'll wait till we get the skidder. We'll push those rose bushes out from around them, and then we'll get in there and cut them. You see Dad, he's up there right now. But I'm gonna sharpen up, and I'm gonna finish up what's down this little draw here. We got a couple walnut right here, little guys. They're not real big, but they're pretty good trees. Won't even have to pull them. So those will be two more we'll probably try to get down. But yeah, that worked out pretty good, getting to show a little bit of hammer and wedge action. We actually still do that quite a bit more than people think. Use a hammer and wedge to bring trees down. But it's amazing the geometry and physics involved in everything you do, especially logging. Just a notch or a wedge. It's you can bring down a big tree with just a little bit. Yeah, kind of makes me wish I'd have paid a little more attention in high school to some of that stuff, but oh well, those days are gone. Guys, we're gonna sharpen this 88. We're gonna get back to cutting. See you in a bit. Got Dad over here. He's getting ready to drop this post oak. Whoop. Cameraman error right there. He's getting ready to bring this post oak on the ground right now. Watch him do his thing real quick. I know I'm about to freeze to death. I'm soaked clear through. As cold as it is, a good way to catch pneumonia. I guess that'd be pneumonia to most people, but I like to be that guy and call it pneumonia. Starting to rock. Doesn't the anticipation just kill you? There, yeah, maybe. There's, yeah, no, well. There it goes, it popped, here it comes. Boom. Just like that.